Hi, I'm Milla and welcome back to another video on the channel. A while ago I made a video recommending 15 great RPGs you might not have heard of, which itself was a remake of 2 older videos. Well, this video is an all new follow-up that's not a remake in any way. Here are 10 more great RPGs you might not have heard of across multiple systems, modern and retro, official releases and fan translation. Also, I'm experimenting with affiliate links, so if any games in this list are available on modern platforms, I've left affiliate links down in the description below if you're interested in picking these games up for yourself. Please like, comment, subscribe, algorithm boosting stuff, etc. Let's get straight into it. If there's one Trails game that fits the labels of both underrated and forgotten, it'd be The Legend of Nayuta, aka Nayuta no Kizeki. In this fully standalone Trails title, you play as Nayuta, a young man who seeks to explore the world beyond his island home. Thanks to a series of events, he rescues the mysterious fairy Noi before setting out to explore the mysterious world of Lost Heaven. Nayuta's gameplay is a cross between East 7 and the PC exclusive Zwei series. Nayuta is essentially Zwei free in all but name. Stages are short, linear, and designed to be highly replayable, especially once you factor in the ability to change seasons, something that opens up the more you play through the game. Nayuta's world has so much to offer, it never gets stale, which is greatly helped by its short runtime and great story, which does have some thematical connections to the Trails series, but is otherwise fully standalone. I love Nayuta Boundless Trails. It's perfect for portal play, has a top 3 Falcom soundtrack, and even if this game never is fully connected to the Trails series, has some awesome callbacks and charm that fans will love. Since Hironobu Sakaguchi left Square Enix, many of his works have flown under the radar. One reason why is that so many of them, especially in the 2010s, never came to consoles. Fantasian New Dimension bucked this trend thanks to Square Enix stepping in to bring the game to a wider audience. In Fantasian, you play as Leo, a young man who loses his memory following a mysterious explosion. He must go out to reclaim his memories while saving his homeland from the bacteria, a mysterious mechanical infection that threatens to destroy the world. The unique diorama art style alongside the voice acting added to Neo Dimension, making Fantasian an engrossing experience. Of all the games on this list, Fantasian Neo Dimension ranks as among the most challenging, especially in the second half. Each character has their own unique set of skills to learn, reflecting their diverse personalities and character arcs. The Dimension system is also a great risk-reward encounter banking system, which is a cool accessibility aid for the genre. If you're looking for an obscure, challenging gem from a renowned developer, Fantasian Neo Dimension has a lot to offer. It's one of the best RPGs I've played in recent years, and I hope you enjoy it too. Dragon Quest Monsters Terry's Wonderland 3D is a full remake of the first Dragon Quest Monsters, which Eidos originally localised for the Game Boy Color back in the early 2000s. This 3DS remake is the definitive way to experience this game, however, the lack of an official localisation is likely why you've never heard of it. In this game, you play as Terry from Dragon Quest VI when he was a child. He travels into another world via his wardrobe in order to save his sister. Terry becomes a monster trainer, going around various randomly generated dungeons in order to recruit monsters to enter the Monster Train Tournament. If he wins the monster tournament and becomes the greatest trainer around, he gets one wish, and of course, he wishes to bring back his sister. Terry's Wonderland 3D is a lot of fun, and I enjoyed seeing all the callbacks to Dragon Quest VI alongside other games in the series. Terry's Wonderland offers a unique perspective into a part of Dragon Quest history that's largely forgotten nowadays, despite the recent Dark Prince revival. If you're a fan of Dragon Quest, monster catching games, and 3DS fan translations, Terry's Wonderland 3D is a game you absolutely should check out. I always love it when developers try new things, even when it doesn't quite work out, because the results can be genuinely fascinating. That's pretty much how I feel about Monochrome Mobius Rights and Wrongs Forgotten, the first traditional RPG, not a visual novel, traditional RPG, in the Uta Waramono series. Monomobi is a sequel, set between Prelude to the Fallen and Mask of Deception. You play as Oshtor and follow his journey to become the Imperial Guard of the Right, all while finding his father alongside his sister Shunya. Battles are turn-based using a unique ring system which has been compared to the Grandia games back on the PlayStation 2. The smaller the ring, the faster your turn speed. It's a really nice system. If you are into JRPGs, you should try this system out. This game is quite challenging as a result. Monomobi works as both a standalone entry point to the world of Uta Waramono as well as an expansion to the wider franchise. Now visually this game does look quite rough, it did run like this on the Steam Deck for me, but the story remains engaging, the fully 3D world of Yamato is well realised, and there's a wealth of side content to explore. Monochrome Mobius is a hidden gem that's helped the wider Uta Waramono franchise become a little less obscure in recent years. For that reason alone, you should play this game. Did you know that Compile Heart developed dungeon RPGs but aren't full of fan service with little else? Well, I don't blame you if you didn't, because for some reason Idea Factory never ported MeiQ Labyrinth of Death anywhere else, not even to PC, and that's a huge shame because this PS Vita exclusive RPG has a charm few other dungeon RPGs can match, let alone Compile Heart games. In this game, you play as Estra, one of 5 Marketer mages who travels to the mysterious town of Southern Cross. The mages must band together to defeat the monsters within the 4 towers, all while they work towards restoring light to the world. MeiQ's light-hearted cast of characters make for some hilarious skits. The basic dungeon crawling gameplay makes MeiQ a great title for newcomers to the dungeon RPG genre, or if you're looking for a nice, chill, casual RPG experience. MeiQ even offers some cool ideas of its own, such as being able to fully customize mechs in order to fight in battle. MeiQ is a hidden gem, and if you've got a Vita or a PS TV kicking about, I definitely recommend this game, and I really hope Idea Factory bring the game to other platforms at some point, even just a Switch port. More people deserve to play this. Since I started covering Sega games in my Fantasian series, I've become more interested in playing some of these classic titles, and I had to start with Sakura Wars, which Sega and Red Company released on the Saturn exclusively in Japan in 1996. This feel-good strategy RPG stroke dating sim hybrid has you play the role of Ichiro Agami as he seeks to build up the Tokyo Imperial Combat Review in order to protect Tokyo. Sakura Wars' light-hearted, charming, always optimistic gameplay has a ton of heart and is so much fun. The strategy RPG segments are easy to understand and rewarding as you pilot mechs in order to defeat various monsters. Even now, the charming 2.5D maps hold up really well today, alongside the gamification of dating sim mechanics, both in and outside of battle. While Sakura Wars was, and still is, a cultural phenomenon in Japan, Sega didn't localise most of the series outside of Asia, meaning the series remains obscure. If it wasn't for fans, Sakura Wars would not be available in English. It's a trailblazing game, and is a must-play game for strategy RPG fans, and visual fans alike for that matter. The PSP is home to so many incredible, obscure JRPGs, and one of them is 7th Dragon 2020. This is the second game in the 7th Dragon series, and the first to pivot the franchise towards the science fiction / dungeon RPG format that you may already know from its 3DS sequel. It's kind of like H1C's half-sister in some ways, they even share the same composer. You create your party, who are known as Unit 13 or the Murakumo. You must go out and defeat the dragons, who are attacking Tokyo and threaten the world. Dragons have transformed iconic Tokyo locations into distorted dungeons, creating this unique blend of realism and sci-fi. It's so unique and I love it to bits. And that's before discussing the subtle genius of its battle system. You could do so much in battle with just 3 characters, and that's before all the customization that comes with your party. 7th Dragon 2020 is the least obscure 7th Dragon game, out of all the unlocalized games anyway, thanks to its fan translation which has been available for many years. It's also one of the best showcases of Sega's RPG talent since they went third party, alongside the likes of Valkyria Chronicles, and you owe it to yourself to check it out. The Growlanser franchise in general is extremely obscure. Growlanser Wayfarer of Time, the 4th game in the series, sticks out from the rest. This unique hybrid of turn-based and strategy RPG gameplay that combines the best bits of prior entries makes for an engrossing yet challenging experience. Wayfarer of Time offers players a lot of freedom, a flawed yet fascinating balancing act between player choice and consequences, with over 13 endings to unlock and many characters you can save, or not. Wayfarer of Time is a great game that will last you a long time. It's also extremely hard as well, so you're going to be in for a real rough ride if you play it, but it's so bloody good. Wayfarer of Time is among the best Atlas games that currently remains unavailable on modern platforms officially, so you owe it to yourself to check it out. While the Tears 2 Tiara series is largely forgotten nowadays, Atlas introduced English-speaking fans to the second mainline game back in 2014. In Tears 2 Tiara 2, Heir of the Overlord, you play as Hamil, who leads a rebellion against the cruel Divine Empire with a loyal army by his side. His army includes the legendary goddess Tart, Hamil's badass waifu with an equally badass greatsword. Tears 2 Tiara 2's simple grid-based tactical RPG system, alongside the turn rewind accessibility feature, makes this game easy to get into, especially if you have also played the Uta Ramino series. Tears 2 is one of the longest RPGs I've ever played, but it's also one of the most rewarding, with its fantastic story and great character development. Tears 2 is also one of the most obscure PS3 games that we got localized officially. However, if Tears 2's unique blend of visual storytelling and RPG gameplay interests you, it may become one of your favourites too. Visions of Mana was Square Enix's best kept surprise of 2024. This all-new entry in the Mana series, the first since the Nintendo DS era, as you follow Van, the Soul Guard, on his mission to escort Hina to the Mana Tree in order to revitalise the world. Soon, Van's party grows with other memorable characters, driving forth Visions of Mana's fantastic story. This game is absolutely beautiful. Visions of Mana's open world is sprawling with life, it looks and sounds amazing, there are so many hidden secrets to discover, with the developers taking inspiration from the likes of the Xenoblade series. The real-time battles are enjoyable alongside some fantastic boss fight sequences, especially late in the game, and this game was just so much fun. I think a lot of people slept on Visions of Mana because of all the other great games that came out in 2024, so inevitably some games were going to slip under the radar. Therefore, if you haven't checked out Visions of Mana yet, I highly recommend you do so, and fun fact, you can get a PS4 physical copy in Europe, which sums up a lot about this console generation. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. Have you played any of the RPGs I've mentioned in this video? Have you even heard of any of these before today's video? Please let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much everyone. Please like, comment, subscribe, consider becoming a channel member if you want to, you can afford to do so. As mentioned before, I also have affiliate links down below. I'll also have video reviews linked below for some of the games I've talked about here. Thank you so much everybody, have a lovely day. Bye bye.